Hey everyone, thanks for joining today. Sorry about that, letting Envy back on the wall so she can get a little bit more exploring and enrichment today. And that's kind of a little bit of what I'm going to be talking about today as I do a little bit of a reaction and response to a video that Bob from Green Room Pythons did back in November that I saw, and I wanted to do a little bit of a reaction talking about devoting wall space to our snakes. So stick around. I'm Jack, and you're watching Python Addiction. Hey everyone. So, as the opening kind of alluded to, today we're going to be talking about enrichment. And Bob's video that he did back in November was just a little short right on YouTube, and I'm going to play a small little clip of it, was about a wall that he dedicates to his snakes, and he was showing off his two reticulated pythons and the wall that he built in his new place. And I found it very interesting because he used material that I personally wouldn't have thought of necessarily as an enrichment wall. I went the more naturalistic way with what I built, but I also have some heavier bodied snakes, so I wanted to make sure that I had a lot of support structure when I was pulling out like my doom rolls or a couple of my other boas that will climb on this wall as well. I wanted to make sure that there was plenty of extra support. But what he did with that piping was an absolutely brilliant idea. So, Bob, absolutely fantastic wall for what you built there. I kind of wish in some respects that I thought of that before I went through the process of building this thing. But let's kind of forego you watching Envy over here crawl around and climb like the ball python she is. And she's moving up there really good. I'm going to do a clip of my breadlight pythons that were on the wall earlier and give you a little bit more of a full view of just how big of a space I actually have for this enrichment wall. And it actually goes about 6 feet wide, and it's pretty much from floor to ceiling. I have the first major shelf area that's just about desk height, just around 32 inches, and then I kind of went random and made something that was very naturalistic. And it's so naturalistic that as you watch these breadlight, as you watch Moya and Talon just kind of cruising around on this area, they look like they're at home. It is a very not exact, but a good representation of some of the environmental conditions that they might find when it comes to the rocky outcrops that particular species might actually live in their native Australian outback area right in the very center of Australia. So that was my goal, was to create something that was a little bit more natural, a little bit more friendly to a lot of the species that I have. But Bob had an absolutely fantastic idea when it came to his design and utilizing some of the shelving material, because I saw the shelving that he did put up in the corners and everything like that. So there's a lot of different options that are available. And I think that providing this type of enrichment is a very important thing for our snakes. As you can see, as she's making her way further and further up, they will climb, they will explore, and the confines of an enclosure is great for safety and providing proper humidity and temperature and everything like that, but giving them the opportunity to just be a snake and just kind of move around is also a fantastic way to make sure that they stay nice and healthy. You're giving them a little bit of the ability to get some exercise and watch some of their natural behaviors of just exploring all around. And it's really funny because most of my ball pythons climb. And a lot of people will say ball pythons aren't climbers. I can say that they pretty much are climbers, at least to a certain degree. Granted, Envy is not a full-size adult yet, so she's not very heavy, but some of my big girls will climb up to the top of this without a problem and just kind of sit there and relax. For me, when it comes to them being in this particular room, I'm watching them all the time, and observation is one of the big things when it comes to providing any type of enrichment like this with free roaming, is that you stay in the room, that you're keeping an eye on things, and that they're not just left to their own devices. Otherwise, this is a great way to just let them be. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Is this something that you would probably do if you were given the opportunity to? Is it something that you've done? Is it something you're thinking about doing? I kind of know Bob's response if he actually watches this video. He's already doing it. I've already done it. It would be great to see other people's thoughts, other people's examples of the different ways that they provide a enrichment zone or an enrichment environment for their snakes. So, again, let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, as normal, if you like this video, please do hit that thumbs up button, as that lets me know that you enjoyed this. And otherwise, if you've made it this far into the video, and if you haven't done so already, please do consider subscribing, and while you're down there, clicking that notification icon, as that'll let you know when I do new videos. I tend to do a new video at least once a week. So until next time, I'm Jack. That girl up there that's now staring me down, as you can see from this little clip, is my girl Envy. And I love you all. You've been watching Python Addiction.